Finally. Finally, we did it.
We did mess up on not muting our mics, though.
Oh, we're going to count it.
Oops. But, hey, a win's a win. A win's a win.
Oklahoma beats Missouri.
Yeah, they do.
We're going to have to start making sure Pete doesn't want to come to Norman with all the Tigers we're killing this year. One more left. We beat LSU. That's 3 in a row. That's harming the ecosystem almost.
They're endangered species.
They are, and they're even more endangered after this next week. What is up, everyone? Say something in the comments if you can. Comment on the YouTube video. Mr. Dilligaff already getting it going. What's up, my brother? How you doing?
And
Corrections 101 there, too.
Boomer. In a while, I feel like.
Boomer. I know, it's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Welcome back.
Big win, T. Do you want to do our intros? Lead us off real quick while I get some other Zeno stuff ready.
All right, great. So this is where you get to hear me talk for a little bit. So I am Tierney Smith.
I'm Chad Smith.
And we are the Sooner Smiths live show here on the Voice of College Football Oklahoma channel. We are here every Monday at 7 p.m. Or you can always watch us on replay. So if you're watching this on replay, you can go ahead and throw a like on the video. Or if you're watching it live, you can still go ahead and throw a like on the video. That would really help us out. If you have not already subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to the Voice of College Football Oklahoma channel, because not only is it us bringing you content, but Josh is also bringing content every Tuesday at 7, Thursday at 7, Sundays in the morning time whenever he gets up, gets around, goes to church, all that good stuff. And then we also do post games as well. So lots of content we're throwing out for you guys, and we really hope you can enjoy it. If you have not already become a member, you could also become a member on our channel for as low as $2.99 a month. And so every membership, every subscription, every comment, every super chat goes towards us and helping us grow this channel and grow this community. And we really hope that you can do that with us. I believe the last thing I need to mention is to check out the merch store at vocfb.com/shop. You can get tumblers, you can get t-shirts, you can get Zeno Zone merchandise, you can get koozies, and yeah, just check it out. It'd be really great.
Boom.
Are you ready?
Yeah, awesome. Oklahoma beats Missouri, wallop, really in a dominant fashion, even though may not have looked at as such for some of the game, maybe most of the game. But they hold them to 57 total rushing yards, 70 total if you include the quarterback. Held the number one rusher in the country, Ahmad Hardy, to 0 yards in the second half, and really just stifled another running offense that was a team that I think a lot of people worried about, because if they were going to score and beat us, it was going to look like that first drive did. And, luckily that got sorted out fairly quickly.
Definitely. I know when I was watching the game on that first drive, I'm like, yep, this is exactly what you're going to want to do. If you're a drink, you're going to want to run the ball, chip away the clock, take your time. I mean, they took, 8.5 minutes off the first quarter. I mean, and with the way that our offense goes 3 and out so quickly, I was like, well, this is going to be a long day in Norman. Luckily, the defense, shut them down for as far as touchdowns go.
Yep.
We're able to get them to have a few more 3 and outs too. But man, it was a weird game. It was a weird game for me. I don't know if that's a good word for it, but it's just weird.
It was very odd. Very odd.
Especially towards the end when we scored, we went right down the field. I was like, heck yeah, let's get it going. Seems like we found something. And then after that, punt.
Frustrating.
Punt.
Frustrating as heck. General notes, just some stuff to talk about here. We have won 9 of the last 11 meetings against Missouri, which is a fun stat to always bring up to your Missouri fans if you have any in your life. Oklahoma has won 4 victories this season over opponents currently ranked in the top 25. They have 5 if you count those not currently ranked, because at the time Auburn was ranked when we played them, although, bless them, they're not ranked anymore for obvious reasons. With only, and the next stat was, we're the only team this season with 5 wins over AP ranked teams at the time. I think, let's see if it shows anyone else. I think Alabama has 4 or 3 starting out. Since the start of the 98 season, we're 47-3 in November home games, which is awesome. This was the 4th game this season in which OU allowed no touchdowns. The others were Illinois State, Temple, and Kent State.
Okay, so.
Well, that's still, Missouri, my goodness. Look at your company.
Golly.
The Sooners held the Tigers to 0 rushing yards in the second half on 9 carries. Running back Ahmad Hardy entered the game as the nation's leading rusher, averaging 134.6 yards per game.
Missouri entered the game as the nation's 6th-ranked rushing team, 241 yards. So we held them to, what? A 4th?
Yeah.
What they normally get, a 3rd, 4th?
Yep.
A 3rd, I guess, 70.
A 2-yard average.
Third and a
Missouri's previous season low was 91 rushing yards versus Auburn, and its next lowest total was 163 yards versus Alabama. So, I mean,
Pretty good.
It shouldn't go understated
Well
how wildly good our defense is this year. We got some stats on that here in a little bit. Missouri's run. So we went that. That was the 7th game this season, 3rd straight and 5th in SEC outings in which OU held its opponents to 80 or fewer rushing yards. We also did so against Temple, Auburn, Kent State, South Carolina, Tennessee, and at Alabama.
So a little bit better company for Missouri to be in there.
The Sooners had no takeaways for their first 4 games, but have had 12 over the last 7, 8 over the last 3 outings.
I'm just saying, keep them coming.
Yep. OU has a +6 turnover margin in the last 3 games. OU is now 18-0 since the start of the 2023 season when it wins the turnover battle. We're 5-0 this year. Saturday's win was OU's 3rd straight when finishing with fewer total yards than its opponent. Missouri gained 301 yards to OU's 276. And then obviously Alabama and Tennessee outgained us. We had the 87-yard touchdown by Isaiah Satenga, which is his career long and the 3rd longest reception by a Sooner at Gaylord Family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium, and OU's longest reception since J.J. Hester, blast from the past there, 99-yard touchdown against Maine last season, as far back as last season. Satenga has 2 catches for the first half high of 94 yards. We have blocked a field goal in 2 straight games. Peyton Bowen Saturday and Taylor Wine at Alabama. The last time OU blocked field goals in back-to-back games was during the 2002 season when Andre Woolfolk versus Colorado in the Big 12 Championship and versus Washington State in the Rose Bowl. We have 4 sacks and 8 tackles for loss on Saturday. Entering the game, Missouri allowed 22 sacks all season, 2.2 a game. So that's 2 games in a row in which we have doubled.
Somebody asked if you played sports.
Oh. A little bit.
So the wife answered.
We doubled the sack allowed by 2 consecutive weeks. Alabama allowed 2 a game, and this one 2.2, and we got 4 in each. So there we go. The Sooners limited the Tigers to 3 of 15 on 3rd downs. If you listen to Teddy Lehman's podcast, it was really 3 of 16. We stopped them on a 3rd down, and then they got some stupid personal foul penalty afterwards that got them a first. So blah.
The one where they were talking crap or whatever?
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah,
that was it.
trash.
So really 3 of 16, which is insane. On 3rd downs, and its 9 wins, OU has held its opponents to 24%, 3rd down conversion rate. That is 30 for 125. My goodness. OU led 14-6 at halftime. The Sooners are now 8-1 this season when leading at half. Missouri 7 second-half possessions ended in a punt, interception, punt, turnover on downs, and an interception. That is about as good as you can do on defense, I think. My goodness. So, T, obviously we won. We beat Missouri. It was really fun. All the Missouri fans that we met, at least, were awesome. Got to meet Maggie. She's fantastic. The crew she was with was awesome as well. Really excited to see them win that game. They are 1 win away for making the college football playoff.
1
away against a team that struggled against Western Kentucky. So, my goodness, if we don't, well, we'll get there. I am excited, nervous. I want us to win, but it's one of those where I'm still waiting for just something. I forget the condition it's called whenever you don't like good things to happen because you just assume that means something bad is coming. I forget the word for it, but yeah, I'm nervous. That's all I gotta say.
I feel like that's fair. I mean, they say like the battered Aggie syndrome.
Yeah.
I feel like in some ways Oklahoma has the same, but not as bad. I mean, we've had obviously a lot more success. That almost sounded really weird. A lot more success than them, in our lifetime, so to say. But he's actually looking it up. What's it called?
Cherophobia. I'd like to get a spelling, a dictation on that if I could.
Which is a fear of happiness.
It's a fear of happiness because you're afraid that when you get happy, but something bad is going to happen. It's like a self-fulfilling kind of thing. Anyway, sorry about that.
Anyways, I lost my train of thought. But I mean, how many weird things have happened to Oklahoma? I mean, we were doing well, and then 2023 we dropped 2 games that we should not have.
Right.
So it's just, I mean, we've recently gone through this, but I don't know. I'm excited after watching our opponent, which again we'll get to, feeling a little more confident. That hopium is getting real high in me, man. Like I don't know. I watched the Arkansas game and Western Kentucky game last night, LSU's, and I don't know, man. I don't know. But we'll get there. As far as the game goes, like defensively, man, it's just a master class. I genuinely enjoy watching our defense.
Yes.
And from the moment they step on the field, the crowd goes crazy.
Yep.
It's pretty amazing. But then, like, the moment the offense steps on the field, we cheer them on, but you can just, it's different. You almost hear the come on, okay, like, what's gonna happen? You hear the anxiety. That's a good way to put it. And I know Caden mentioned it, and I had mentioned it in the post game too. He mentioned it in the comments just now. He said, "How many times were we around the 50 and couldn't even get into field goal range?"
Yeah, exactly.
And that was my biggest issue. And I know in our post game, Josh was like, "Oh, we're doing enough. We're doing fine." Some other person in the comments said that, I guess we're being too harsh on them.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is, like, I'm not asking you to score 50.
Yeah,
I'm asking you to get it at the 45 and get into the other 45 so your kicker can make a field goal. I feel like that's a bare minimum. And so that's where I kind of get confused, because I don't feel like that's asking for a lot. Because if we're just going to settle for field goals, fine, but at least get into field goal range. Like, so, and you have to be able to, and field goal range for our kicker, it's not like it has to be at the 25.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the field goal range of our kicker is pretty stinking far back.
Yep.
So if you can't go 10, 15, 20 yards, that just to get a field goal, like, that's where I don't want to say disheartened. I'm kind of sick of it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, there's no excuse. I mentioned in our postgame too, last year we didn't have the puzzle pieces, so you couldn't put the puzzle together. This year we have the puzzle pieces, but they're not fitting together.
Yeah.
Or we're forcing pieces that don't fit together. Like, I don't really know what it is that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we're asking the puzzle maker to do too much.
Yeah.
But that's my frustration. But man, that defense is fun to watch. It's just, I also feel for them because I feel like they have an unrealistic, or not unrealistic, because it is realistic, an unfair pressure put on them that they, like, have to be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Which is great because they darn near have been. But at the end of the day, like, if we get past LSU, you're going to be playing better competition consistently.
Yeah.
That, heaven forbid, you give up a touchdown or two. Well, can your offense even do that? Can they match that to win? And if you're giving up only 2 touchdowns and a field goal, 17, you should be able to win a game against a really good team.
Yep.
But that's just my worry. But anyways,
I mean, the same. I kind of echo a lot of the same thing you're saying. It's just, so I mean, you see, I think, so many times where teams might be good in one area or maybe average in a couple, and they struggle special teams. They struggle maybe defensively or one side of the ball. It's rare that you are elite and legitimately one of the best in the country in special teams. And I'm tired. We're the best. We have the best defense in the country. You could say Ohio State. Ohio State hadn't played the level of competition we have with the quarterbacks we have or the offensive lines. Now, don't get me wrong. Ohio State could very much be as good as or the wide receivers.
Or the running back.
Ohio State could very much be as good as our defense is. Do I think it is? No, I don't think they're as deep, and I just don't. That doesn't mean they're not very good. You could be 85% of what Oklahoma is on defense, and you would be a very, very good defense. Oklahoma is the best defense in the country. I get to, like, I love a lot of what the media, the main media that we have that reports on the team and does the shows. They're really, really good at it. I don't know why they try to hedge in all this. Like, what they say on national TV does have sway on voters. It has sway on the committee that will end up, because it all expands out, right? So if you go on shows and you're afraid to talk about how good the defense is, and it's like, look, this defense might actually be elite. It's not might actually be elite is an insult to our defense. It might actually be one of the best that's ever been in college football. Maybe, according to the end of the year statistics, it is probably the best that Brent Venables has ever coached. And I'm including the ones with Christian Wilkins and Isaiah Simmons and all the guys that were first-round top 5 picks. They are unbelievably good. They've done it to everybody. You can go back to the Tennessee game last year. Tennessee was the number 1 rushing offense in the country. We had true freshmen starting at D tackles. We held them to 3 yards a game. They didn't do anything. If we didn't just turn the ball over every time we stopped them, we'd have beat them again. That is the best defense in the country. So I need the media people, when they're on national TV shows, to stop being embarrassed to say it. You have argument if they want to say, well, Ohio State hadn't played anybody, and that includes Texas.
They literally sat starters in their last game.
Yeah, they set both their starters. Yeah, and they won. They weren't even close. So anyway, I mean, you got to start realizing there's politics to that. You have to start saying things in which it could have actual sway for people in the media that will then repeat it. Maybe it gets in the ear of one of the committee members.
Right.
So
another
anyways,
prime
that's where
example is you're hearing Tyson, and Heisman. Only has 1 turnover in the whole year. Homie should have had 3.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
it
was.
He had 2 picks, and he should have had a 3rd.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, and it doesn't do, So we have a defense that good. what I've always been, what T and I were saying after the game, and Josh had a different opinion, and I think actually, in principle, we agree. It's just we have a different expectation maybe on how this season will end, and I don't want to speak for him, but that's just maybe what I gathered, and it could be a misread. My expectation is to win the national championship this year. And if that's cringy for people to hear, then make sure you're nowhere around the team or in the locker room, because I guarantee you that's their expectation. And it goes to why I'm so frustrated when I see the defense, and why I'm also on the offense, sorry, and why I'm also frustrated when I hear Oklahoma fans saying like, "Oh wait, this is a way we can win," because you can't have two competing opinions or competing ideas of what you think this team can do. Either the defense is good enough to win every single game, ergo it's good enough to win the national championship. But you can't say the defense can win or the offense. This team's good enough to win every single game because of their defense, and then say, "But I wouldn't pick them. I would never pick them to win the national championship." You can't hold those two, but either they can win every game, and you expect them to because of how good our defense and special teams are, or you don't. I don't expect them to win the national championship because our offense is horrible. It's not, and you can go through a couple weeks and say, "Look,
horrible's a strong word."
They're not good.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say they're horrible. Last year was horrible.
My bad. And they might be. They do look worse.
He's getting worked up.
They do. They do look worse because on the other side of the ball you have, the best. And so anything outside of the top whatever is not going to look that good. They do, and I will say, for whatever reason, it is odd. They make plays when they have to.
Yeah.
The Satanga touchdown is a great
one
example.
Of Josh's points is like, no, the offense hasn't been great, but they've tended to make plays when they
and that's
have
fair.
to.
That's fair. Yep.
And you know what? That is fair.
And
the same thing happened with Ole Miss. They did make the 87-yard run. Not 87. That was Satanga's, but it was a darn far run for Xavier Robinson. To cut into that lead. And so yes, they do make plays when they can, but also then people are like, oh yeah, but then your defense just gives up. Basically, they blame the defense for dropping the ball and giving up a touchdown the next drive. I'm like, but again, they're going to do that against a really, really good offense is still going to score.
Yeah.
Even though, and I don't know. So
yeah, I have these. I tweeted out earlier, I got it from Aaron Murray.
To get there, I was giving you a second.
Sorry, Aaron Murray tweeted. I was listening to his show. It's really good on YouTube, by the way, and he kind of came out with this. In the BCS era, only one team has won a national championship with a national title without a top 30 offense. That was the 2002 Ohio State team, which finished 41st. One sec.
41st. Let's keep that in mind.
That was a great cover. And so Georgia, which I think right now is our clearest comp on defense. And I cannot believe I'm saying that because in my mind, I literally, you can ask how many times I brought it up. They're the best defense I've ever seen. And we're still not 2021 Georgia. We have a long way. What's crazy is to say we have a while to go to get there, which we kind of do. But we might. They're going to be really good on defense next year, too.
Now, it's.
But listen to this, though.
Good.
Georgia in 2021 allowed 1.2 yards per play. The best since then is this year's Oklahoma team at 1.3 yards per play. Mind you, that Georgia defense had 5, not draft picks off their defense, 5 first-round picks that next year. And that didn't count Trey Walker, or sorry, I have it here. Oh, God, what was his name? Jalen Carter, who came off the next year and was a first-round pick, who plays for the Eagles now. It didn't count, oh, gosh, they had another guy, and I can't think of his name now. That's going to bother me. I have to look it up.
It bothers me that you know this.
It didn't count another one.
Way.
That was
Jalen
Walker. Jalen Walker, I think, was the other one. It was Walker, he's a linebacker. He was the first-round pick that was on the team that next year. They had 9 draft picks in the first 3 rounds off their defense from the 2021 season. 9. They had 15 total draft picks, which is a record. So that's how good that defense was. They had all that talent on one team. Don't forget that Ohio State played them and dropped 41 on them. That's what I get to when I say this defense is really good, but they're still kids and they're human. They're not going to be able to just sit there and hold every team we play to 6 points. And listen, they might, and if they do, they will go down as the greatest college defense of all time. And I swear, if I hear one of the people that cover our team say, I think this team is elite a little bit, I think this defense is a good one, I can't stand people that engage in hyperbole, but also people that underestimate obvious things. So, I don't know, that bothers me. But anyways, let me go to this. At the recent national championships, going back to 2022, Ohio State had the 12th best defense in points allowed, but they also had the 14th best offense in points per game. 2025.
You said going back to 22 and you're
talking
25.
Good cover. That was 2025. 2024, Michigan. First overall defense in points allowed, but they had the 14th ranked offense in the country in points per game. Georgia in 2023, 5th defense in points allowed, but they had the 5th best offense in points per game. Georgia in 2022, They had the number one defense in points allowed. They had the 9th best offense in the country. Oklahoma has the 8th best defense in points allowed, but we have the 63rd best scoring offense. So we would not
when
only
the worst people that ever won it was in 2002, which was a different era of football.
Yeah.
Let's throw that out there. Was 41st.
41st.
That's a big
yes.
jump
Mhm.
from, well, for one, it's a big jump from 5th, 14th, 9th to 41st.
Yeah.
And then an even bigger jump to that 63rd. Not an even bigger jump, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, and look, I get that the transitive property isn't always, you can't always apply that perfectly. I get that, but it is evidence that is at least persuasive to show that even when you have great defenses, you can't just think you're going to 2000 Ravens yourself to a national championship. Now listen. I've always said if Oklahoma wins a national title by just literally holding every team to 6 points. First off, I'll be the happiest dude in the world and I'll be celebrating, and I will come on here and call myself an idiot and say I was wrong. And also say my team's a national champion, so I don't care. Like, I do not need to be right in order to feel good about myself, like a lot of the Brent Venables haters did, where they wanted us to suck every year until he got fired just to say, see, I told you I would have hired this guy.
Which
you
is
don't
now
know anything
the
about
Ben
it.
Arbuckle haters.
Yeah, now they're the Ben Arbuckle. I mean, it's just, but that is my word. That's my issue, I think, with a lot of what I saw on Twitter and just on boards was, look, this might be how OU wins now. It might just be that we're just dominant on one side of the ball and we're not very good on the other. And I'm like, call me crazy, but I seem to remember an entire era of football at Oklahoma in which we were the best that's ever done it on one side of the ball and one of the worst on the other. And we never won anything.
Not even close. Well,
as good as Baker,
close,
as good as Kyler. Yeah, but at the end of the day, you didn't win. You weren't good enough to win.
No.
People can, and I know people it triggers people to hear that. Baker's team weren't good enough to win. Baker himself was good enough, but you have to have both sides of the ball. So this is where that's when I get frustrated. Is like, yeah, it is not sustainable what they're doing, and you're hearing people even now on shows go, I've said it all year, but they keep on winning these games, so obviously it is competitive. We have played one offense really so far that has been able to not be one-dimensional against us, and that was Ole Miss. And look what happened. And granted, you don't fumble the ball late to them, and so you're still in the game, and that's where. And that's where, like, the defense is good enough to keep you in every game just by how good they are. But they're not good enough to just take you over the hump and win you a national title. You have to be able to score points.
And it's unfair to me to think, like, the defense has to score for us to have a chance. Like, that's not fair, because their job is not to score.
Right.
Their job is to stop, and it's your job as an offense to score. If we score, that's just a bonus points for us. But that shouldn't be what they're called upon to do. That shouldn't be like something they feel like they have to do in order to win. That makes sense.
No, 100% it makes sense.
Granted, I hope they do. Defenses, who doesn't love a good defensive score? Who doesn't love a good thick six, kick six, kip six?
And it's like it's I don't know, like, you can't just show up to the playoff and say, like, look, we're going to be really good in one area or in two areas and just totally forget the other side or not forget, but just be not even like below average. Like, they're bad right now on offense. I don't think that they do anything well. Ted and Gabe are on their show literally trying to just come up with things that we do well on offense.
Yeah.
At least our shoes are all tied on our cleats. It's like us showing up to the playoffs with this offense is like going to the Ferrari store with go-kart coupons and saying, I want some money off. It just doesn't work.
Why do you come
it just bothers me. And I just don't want I don't want OU fans to be like, this is how we're winning now. Dude, we're not winning anything like this. Unless you just want to get to the playoff and maybe lose every time you get there. All of the Lincoln Riley years again. There is, and other thing I'll say is I saw a lot of people saying, like, well, you just don't like how we win this. I don't care what style we win in. I care, are you executing when you should execute?
Right.
You made this point multiple times. How many times did our defense give us the ball at like the 50 and we can't get to field goal range?
Right.
We're Oklahoma, dude.
What was it? Was it Ole Miss where we got it at the 25 or 15 and we went backwards?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, you should at least not go backwards.
Right. Like,
speaking of that, our offense had negative 7 yards the first quarter.
For the person, I'm sure they're not in the live now. I'm sure we lost them as a viewer. Sorry. That was like, we're going to mess with the psyche of the offense. We're doing too hard on them. We're doing just fine. And maybe they're related to the offensive players. And you know what? Fine. I wasn't raised that way. If I sucked, my parents told me I sucked and told me how I needed to get better, but different era of parenting.
Boot camp. Like, Renee knows. Shout out Renee.
But like, we're not asking for the whole enchilada.
No.
Asking for a little sprinkle of cheese.
We might
like get a field goal. Get a field goal range. You're at the 45. You're at the 50.
Yeah.
You have a kicker who can make it from 55.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. We're not even like asking for the entree yet. We want some chips and salsa out. Just get us to field goal range. Let us get an appetizer of some points.
Right.
We don't need the big touchdown plays right now even. Like we can win a game 12 to
right.
least,
if we want to kick 8 field goals a game, 24 points, we got this. Like, come on now. And that's the thing, because I was in the game, I was looking at the chat, I was like, I just want to see us score 3 offensive touchdowns. That's all I wanted to see. 3 offensive touchdowns.
Yep.
Couldn't get it.
We have, I look back, we have 7 our last 3 games. 7. That's not good. That's not good. I don't know why.
Offensive touchdowns or just touchdowns?
Good point, actually. Not even offensive touchdowns.
Because we have pick 6.
We have pick 6s.
And
so we have 5.
And a scoop and
We have 5 touchdowns. Wow.
So exactly my point. That's all I was wanting.
And so that's literally the only point we were making was that, like, my expectation is to win the national championship this year. They are good enough on 2 of the 3 areas to do it, and they're not far off as lackluster as they've been on offense.
They have the pieces.
That's exactly right. They have them. And I think we can go to some comments here because people are commenting about some stuff.
What made us feel good too is we also listen to, like he's mentioned, we listen to just about everybody. But listening to Gabe and Teddy, we're listening to last night together while we're eating dinner, and we're hearing them make points. We're like, we said that in the post game. Or like we're saying it to each other, like we're like, oh my gosh, we feel validated, we feel seen. And for me especially, as I like to point out, if you haven't noticed, I am a female, so therefore I have not played tackle football, played flag football. But I have not played this sport at the level they have. So for me to say that some of these things and then like have people like Gabe and Teddy say the exact same things, I'm like, hallelujah. Like maybe I'm not crazy. It just bare minimum. That's what it is. Like literally the bare minimum.
And
again, like we bring up the Ole Miss game. Yeah, we were still in it. I mean, the last drive of the game, we're in there. We're going, like we are in scoring, like we make it to their side of the field to score towards the end. We just blew it.
Yep.
But again, even this is going to sound bad. I was thinking though, even if we scored the touchdown, I didn't have a whole lot of faith in us to get the 2-point conversion. That sounds bad.
Well, yeah, that'd be
it's
tough.
just, I know it's tougher, but because I think one of the things somebody asked, like, what are we good at on offense? I was like, I would say we were getting there with the running game.
Right.
And we got hurt.
Right.
So.
Well, and goodness, just before we get to comments, I don't know what. The fact that we at Oklahoma, we don't have, and I know Torrey Blount, this doesn't apply to because he's hurt. And Javonte Barnes is going to play when the playoffs come around, and it's frustrating. But at some level, I understand why he's not going to go to the NFL. He wants another year for NIL money. It is what it is. And I think whenever the playoffs come around, because postseason games don't count against your red shirt, he's going to play. But I also. How bad is Jay not? How bad is Taylor Tatum? Must be. He's probably, if he's injured, then okay, it doesn't apply to him because you can't play hurt. Jay not sitting there with a jersey that Mr. Clean would be proud of because there's not a spot on it. I don't know what he's doing on the. I don't know. It's just shocking to me. He must to be that bad that you can't compete or at least get snaps over a guy that literally has 2 legs injured. Both knees got hurt this game, or his other knee did. So it's just, I don't know. It's shocking to me. But
my thing too with that is, like, he already blew his red shirt. Unless we talked about there's some secret loophole that you can play 5 games and it doesn't count against you, or you can find a way.
I don't know.
I don't know. Who knows? These rules are always changing. Blah.
Mm-hmm.
But and I get too, like they maybe had some issues with him with his mental health. I don't want to say health, but like confidence maybe is a good word I'm looking for. But at this point, it'd be like, hey. Run hard.
Yeah.
If you mess up, just mess up hitting somebody.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes.
So and I don't know why that's so hard. Like I had a coach where we were all in our head. He made us all head cases because he made us think about so many different things. And then finally one day when we go into the conference championship or conference tournament, he said, you know what? Y'all just go out there and play and have fun.
Right.
We won the whole thing. Don't know how. Act of God. But won the whole thing. We should not have. We were the 8th seed, I believe.
Okay.
We won the whole thing because you just were told to go out and play free, and we finally could. Didn't feel like we were in our heads. So I don't know why he's incapable or why they don't let him. I'm not in the practice room. I'm not there at practice. I'm not in the locker room. So we've talked about it. The coaches are in business to win.
Yeah.
So they have their reasons. We just have our wonders, and we're never going to know. We're not criticizing DeMarco. We're not criticizing Brent or anything. We just generally don't understand. Like, why would you risk further injury on a guy or? He wasn't running the ball, but he was still averaging almost 4 yards a carry.
Yeah.
That's pretty freaking good. You give it to him every time. It's a first down.
Yep.
And then on top of that, his blocks.
Yeah.
Those were hard blocks.
Yeah.
He's
Good.
putting his body on the line.
Yeah, he was.
That's what I'm saying. Like with Jaden on, it's like you're telling me just go put your body on the line. You just hit somebody.
Yeah.
I don't know. Discard. Anyways, back to the comments. We
It
got
must be just bad. Yeah.
he just has to be either that bad or they really. I don't want to say don't like him, but like he just hasn't earned it. And I can get that too. If you're not showing, if you have a bad attitude, you're not even trying in practice. But then I'm thinking, why let him suit up?
Yeah, I mean, he traveled to the Bama game. I mean, he was there.
I don't know.
Jonathan 214 says Sooner Smith's on time, always, never late.
So I actually got a new job, so I'm off earlier now, so I'm not rushing as much. Chad was home a little bit earlier today too, so look at us go.
Let's go defense at Stacy. Lone Wolf. It was normal for this season. That was wild. It is like they are that good on defense to stop them that much. It's crazy. Caden Idleman said, I don't know how many times we got the ball at the 50 and couldn't even get into field goal range. Thank you.
No.
Damon L. Rice says, Chad, did you play sports? Yes, I did.
And your dad answered.
Oh, nice.
Your dad answered as a dad would.
Boom. Mr. Dilligaff, 1980 says, even though we shut the number one running back in the country down 0 yards in the second half, all the talking heads say OU has a good defense, but we can't win because our offense. Yet we keep winning. And we talked about that a little later. Like I saw that I don't know how long ago. I think it's like 26 minutes ago or whatever. Yeah, and I think we can win any game with them. I just don't think you can win national championship with how we're playing. It's just you got to be balanced. It is you got to have both sides.
Our offense has to become astronomically better.
No,
they just have to be basic.
Yeah,
they have to just be able to make the simple plays.
One thing is like you got to you just make the play. Like
score more than 2 touchdowns a game.
And I get like, the counter to that is like, well, if you did the right thing every single time, you would score every drive. You'd be the greatest offense ever. I'm saying make the ones that just normally offenses make. I'm not saying to make every throw, to make every single perfect cut.
But here's the thing though. We're not even like giving a chance to make the right play. Mm-hmm. We're not making the right decisions.
Right.
So if I just see you making the right decisions every time, and maybe we're dropping it or not making it, fine, whatever, because that's going to be part of the game. Mm-hmm. But it's like we're not even giving ourselves a chance.
Yeah.
But disregard.
Yes, Chad played about every sport. Yeah, all state in football and golf. Recruited by both. College played both. Yeah, chose golf. Bud, Barry, Bob, Brent. Maybe. He's got the B. He's got the B. We will go 2-2. I've called it all year. I think you're right.
She's been consistent.
You said 10-2 all year.
I was nervous. She also says I was nervous about the Missouri game. I was too. And then once they had that first drive, I got real nervous.
Jonathan says, Jay mentioned, shout out Jay, by the way, in his live yesterday that dropping the RPO is something OU has determined they are unable to do. I feel like it's a simple fix. Why is removing reads difficult to switch to? There's a lot that goes into that. It's a good question. My dad was here. I'd have him kind of expound upon it. I think foundationally, when you have drilled and worked and practiced something for an entire offseason, you've recruited to that scheme, you've got people, the terminology is the same, your timing on everything that you do offensively is based off of that. It does become difficult to just switch all of a sudden. You can still implement RPO schemes and just say, hey, this isn't actually a read here. Just give it a few times. And that could work. I think they're so – and listen, the RPO, I know a lot of people don't like it, but Saban has said that he hated the hardest offense to defend against is the RPO because if you have a quarterback that can read it correctly, you're never going to have a bad play. Technically. I mean, you do because you're human. But he's like, because your linebackers or your flat player, whoever you're reading, is never correct. And that's why they're so hard to guard against or defend against because you literally you're putting whatever player you're reading in almost an unwinnable position. Either he's going to go to the running back, going to go to the flat, or he's going to stay back, and in which case you hand it off and you get a good chunk play out of it. So just to switch that all of a sudden just in the middle of the year, it just seems difficult. And also, I don't know, coaches have identities themselves. Not that obviously Arbuckle could call a simple offense, but they call something based on what they have an understanding for and they have a feel for during the game. And if they are going to just change that one game left in the season, then, I don't know. It just seems like it'd be something that would be incredibly difficult to do because it takes away somewhat of your nature as an offensive play caller. Now, sort of a break glass in case of emergency thing, we don't do it well on offense. Our offenses, sadly, have been relegated to one breakaway play a game, it seems like, or we've had a couple drives, and I don't mean to just – they make plays, which is what's frustrating. It's like, just do that.
See the glimpses, and then then we – punt 5 times in a row.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned, we had the SEC special teams player of the week was our punter. I told Chad, I'm like, good for him, but I never want to see that.
Yeah.
Like, I never want to see our punter as a special teams player of the week unless he had one really good punt that pinned somebody at the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
But that just means he was punting it a crap ton.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like that. Like, maybe that's crazy. I mean, Grayson Miller, congrats to you, but like, yeah. Like, I don't want to see it.
Chad played 4 sports in high school. I did football, baseball, basketball, and golf. He was recruited by OU as a quarterback, but ended up playing golf at OU, Oklahoma University scholarships. Yes, he played sports. Thank you, Dad. Yeah, I was, oddly enough, a little bit there for football. No, Gabe and Teddy were saying the same. Gabe said the offense is being coached to protect the ball too much,
and that's something Chad has brought up several times as well.
I've talked about that.
Chad jokes that those people ghost watch us. They don't. Sure.
They definitely don't.
But if you do, what's up? Hi.
No, it's 100%. I think what it is, because I think he's just been told, and I think the Texas game did a lot of damage, more so than even the thumb did. Because I think him turning the ball over so much and seeing the team only give up 1 touchdown, and yet we lost 23-6 or 23-9 or no 23-6. I think he thought, man, if I just not an idiot and don't turn the ball over, we win that game likely. And it has been so hammered. And again, you see it. I bring up the Tennessee halftime speech all the time. Brent Venables turns to his offense and says, "Offense, go out there, no turnovers, good job."
What did Ben Arbuckle say?
Ben Arbuckle after the game, it's the first thing he brings up. I want to say we haven't turned the ball over in 2 straight games. And it's like, dude, I would be more concerned about you haven't scored that many touchdowns in 3 straight games. But when you have a defense this good, you don't want to put them. You just you're banking on the fact that you don't think many teams can drive an entire field on you without getting close to turning the ball over or making some catastrophic mistake. Is what you're banking on, and you have a punter that's done a good job of pinning people, and a defense now that seems to have caught the turnover bug a little bit at a really good time of the year, and so you're just trying not to mess up a good thing in that respect. Where I think that is a negative is that I've never met people that become really successful in something when they're afraid to do it. You have to be able to get through the rough patches and the mistakes. Now, maybe this year you're saying that, look, you can't do that because, you don't have a chance. But from what I'm hearing is that some people don't expect us to win the Natty anyways. So why do you care if we go out there and have a couple turnovers, if our offense is trying to find their flow? Why do you care if John Mateer throws 2 picks Saturday if he's trying to, because apparently we're not expected to win the Natty anyways. Now, someone like me who thinks we can, thinks that is a risk I'm willing to take because at least our offense will have some sort of threat besides Isaiah Satania just getting open and just being the fastest man on earth when he get one straight.
I think, too, part of that is even if you're not scoring, but to be able to sustain a drive long enough to give your defense a freaking break, to give them a better shot of like defending deeper. So so even if our defense gives up a long drive, but they make a stop, when you go 3 and out, they got to go right back out there and do it again.
Yes.
Heaven forbid they get tired.
Yep.
So on top of that, like, you're wanting them to play perfect and you're wanting them to be out there a majority of the time.
Yep.
And so that's another thing that is where I'm getting frustrated. People are like, they're doing enough. No, you can't even sustain a drive to give your defense a break. The fourth quarter, 3 and out, 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 3 and out.
You get a 3 and out.
Punt. It's like a tennis game.
Yeah. Yep.
It just was, and I don't know how. Shout out the defense. Like, I know we're deep too, and that helps. But anyways,
it's just complacency. I feel like we're getting on, and complacency kills you.
But you can tell when they're getting tired. Like, oh, yep, defense is getting tired. Come on, buckle down. Like, and I'm guilty of it too. But like, offense, give them a break. Yeah. Give them a breather.
What it's like, no team scored more than 3 touchdowns on us. No one team, as much as Ole Miss scored. They scored 3 offensive touchdowns, but you give them field goal range every time because your offense is turning the ball over, or because your offense can't move the ball, and then you have a bad punt or a punt return that gives them good field position, and it just kills you.
Right.
And it's like, I'm sorry, I just think that if you start saying, well, look, this is who we are, you don't need to instill a lack of belief, I think, in your offense. But going through Chad, if you came to football, football, which QBs would you? Baker, Kyle, or Jay? I was older than all them. Funny enough, I met Baker when he transferred from Texas Tech, before he was obviously Baker. Also, like, I had a chance to like gray shirt and like walk on and do the practice squads. I wasn't like when I was there, which I don't want to say anything, but Archie Bradley and Kendall Thompson were the quarterbacks that he was after. Both of them, Kendall was a cool guy. Archie could throw it 900 yards. He could also, throw it 900 yards on a screen pass. But he ended up being an MLB pitcher. He was a cool guy too. But I got to go to a lot of the camps, got to do a lot of the recruiting stuff, got to go with my dad to a practice and meet Josh Heupel and Bob Stoops, and it was cool. But I was not like, I don't want it to sound like I was, I was never going to beat Baker out for his position. I'll say that. But Matt Baker, though, at Chewy's, if any of y'all remember that night or bar at Norman, sat right across from me in a booth. I said one word to him because I was with friends, and I was an idiot. Could have been Baker's friend.
What a jerk.
Yeah.
It's the one time Chad doesn't talk to somebody.
Appreciate complimentary football. Offense is horrible this year. Yeah. And I hate saying, I don't want to just bash on offense, but it is our one weak link.
Say offense was a complete dog's turd last year. Now they've upgraded to just bad.
There. Yeah. Arbuckle needs to learn to stick with the inside run game. Sean James says, I think for me, it's frustrating, and you mentioned it too, that when we find rhythm with X-Rob, and then he doesn't get the ball for like 7 straight plays. And you're like, guys, now Saturday, maybe there's a little bit difference because he's injured. Maybe you don't want him to, but like, man, dude, like when we find something, we find something. Okay, sorry.
She said, I do not blame Arbuckle. This is his first year. It took BB a few years to get his D-line to this point. I don't blame Arbuckle either. Again, because like we see things schemed open.
Yeah.
Just not being made. So I don't know where the disconnect happens now between Mateer and Arbuckle because, they've worked together already, so to say. And also, too, everybody who's saying fire Arbuckle, you want to be on a 5th OC in 5 years?
No,
come on. And it's his first year in the SEC. He's been coaching 4 years. This is his 5th year.
Yeah.
I mean,
Lincoln Riley was an OC for 6 years before he got to Oklahoma. Just to mention that. Yeah.
That's a good point.
Just so people know.
And so I want to give him time because also all these guys had to learn a new system. Well, they're going to know the system next year. Mateer's probably coming back.
He should.
For everybody's saying, about Hawkins, they should play Hawkins. They're in practice. I'm going to assume there's a reason he's not playing right now. Not to say he can't win out next year, or hey, if he transfers, best luck to him. He definitely has talent. But again, we've already said he showed much to be desired against Kent State.
Yeah, it would have been one thing if he had gone out in Kent State and thrown for 400 yards and looked like an all. You saw Arkansas's backup quarterback come in and just dice Texas up.
Yeah, that was
like weird. It was easy for him. Calm feet, read the right routes.
But for me personally, I don't want to. We haven't called for anybody's job. No. I don't think, anyways.
Nope.
But I like Arbuckle. I still think he was a good hire. I think that it's just. There's going to be a learning curve. The same way with Brent Venables, there's going to be a learning curve. I think that Mateer just isn't ready yet. But anyways, continue. Let's keep going through these comments, guys. We obviously talked for a long time.
It's fine. We had some rain to do on the offense.
Maggie, hi friends, miss y'all already.
Mag, hey,
hey Maggie.
That's me. Stopped by Brahms also on the way back. Loved
she
it.
Even got herself a tumbler.
It's awesome. Ott can't block. Tatum can't hold the ball. Barnes has made a pay. Well, there you go, Showtime.
That's my thing, Showtime. Like, we're not disagreeing with you.
Yeah, we're not disagreeing.
When you said Ott can't block, I said that's where I would tell him, like, if you're going to make a mistake again, like miss a block, at least hit somebody. I don't care. Just take somebody out for all they care. If you got a chop block, I'd be proud of you. Blindside block, be proud. That's just my point.
Well, and I don't mean to. I know we want to get to LSU and then but I think it's important to say too that although that is an issue, and yeah, you want guys obviously that at least know the basics of what they're doing. X-Rob is beat up right now, and you continue to put him in because you're so incompetent or injured on the back end of him. Human bodies, I'll just say, can only take so much damage before they just can't continue to go.
These players are literally like in car wrecks.
Yeah,
like every weekend. It's like what the equivalent it is with how they're getting hit.
Yes, and at some point I need my $850,000 running back to at least get out there. And by the way, I don't care if they know it's a running play. At least your offensive line knows you're going to run it, and you can just fire off and say, "Hey, Jaden, you're going to take these next 5 hits, or you're going to take this." And literally, all you have to do is wait 2 seconds to be the check down. Like I don't know. I just think there's got to be a way in which X-Rob can just not get beat up every single. That we have to have something behind him. But maybe whatever. Mateer should not be out rushing any of our, says Damon L. Rice. Mateer should not be out rushing any of our running backs. If our running backs are in the game, they need to have the majority of the carries.
And I think they were doing that, and then the reason they didn't this game is because of the injuries.
Right. Now,
which goes back to, how do we not have anybody else?
I think a healthy dose of quarterback runs good. And I think I don't think Damon would disagree.
Mr. Dilligraf said X showed a big heart going out there with a sprained knee and playing well enough to start. Says a lot about our running back room.
Caden Adelman
shows a lot about him and our running back room.
It does. Caden Adelman says, I honestly don't think that any playoff team wants to see this defense in this playoffs this year. You're right, 100% they don't. But every playoff team is praying to play our offense. That's the issue. It's like a yin and yang. They should be deathly afraid of our defense, and they should be just licking their lips at what our offense brings. Mateer definitely shouldn't be getting more carries. Mateer's Arbuckle's at times seems he's more worried about getting Mateer's. Yeah, it is weird sometimes. I don't like the quarterback run on like 3rd and 4. It's annoying. I would try to feature a lot more X Rob and play
Yes,
lock.
I know that was
What's up?
me. The use of crap ton is an underrated in the American vernacular.
Narrated in American.
I work with kids. I got to keep it PG, man.
Yeah, no, this is a good point too. He's lucky, Mr. Dilligaff. Mateer's lucky to not have thrown at least a pick a game, but he probably throws so hard the defenses are caught off guard when they try to catch it. He does. I mean, he had that pick 6 he dropped, that Missouri dropped, and then he had another one against Bama. That if it's not batted down by that guy with the French sounding name, can't think of it. But anyways, if he didn't get it batted down, the corner was going to pick 6 it all day. But we got to get through them. Y'all, thanks so much for commenting. This has been great.
I know. Like, woo.
Usually don't have that many. This is awesome. Yeah, that's true too. We actually need to show some offense against this dumpster. Yeah, we do. 100%. Thoughts on what Parker Thune said about Andy Bass maybe getting some playing time? Yeah, great.
Sure.
Andy Bass
if
is a beast.
Somebody else can play. Let's do it.
I don't know if I guess Parker was saying, and again, I haven't heard the report, but I'm assuming he's okay now from his ACL injury. If he is, fantastic. I mean, I like that guy a lot. Andy Bass. He was hated that he got injured again.
Thoughts on Miniman replacing Toby Keith's tribute in the 4th quarter?
Wait, where is that?
I just
thoughts on Miniman. My bad. Sorry, my fault. I thought it was great. Now look, was it?
Well, the thing, the Toby Keith tribute has already been done this year. Like they said that was that 1 year thing because of the loss.
Yeah.
And they were just going to incorporate him maybe through other times, which we've sang along to like Beer for My Horse.
Yeah, I think it's good.
To see the red, white, and blue, obviously on the Veterans.
Mm-hmm.
Veterans Day game. It wasn't Veterans Day, but you get what I'm saying? The military appreciation night. I don't know if that's even the right term. Yeah, that's great. I think they play red. They do the Red Solo Cup every game too. So there's ways that they've incorporate Toby. The players loved the Miniman.
Yeah,
I'm there for what the players love. And I told Chad before they chose Miniman, I was like, why don't they choose like a classic hip hop song? Because like our generation's gonna like it. My mom's generation likes it. The young generation likes it. If you're a really old boomer, you're probably not going to like it. Sorry. Like, you're not going to please 85,000 people. And so there's people that said, no, the stadium got lit. The stadium was dead. I saw a video from the north end of the stadium. They seemed like they were pretty dead during the song. I think that's the old side of the stadium. Not going to lie. I think that's the old money side. The south side was rocking.
Yeah.
We were having a great time.
They do need to turn it up, though.
Yeah.
It's too quiet.
If you
they need to turn the sound
up. It definitely didn't need to be turned up. But also, too, people were like, it wasn't that great. But like Chad had a good point. How many like 4th quarter songs are featured like on Twitter that are 11 a.m. games?
Yeah, no. It's always the night game with the fireworks and
so
the
we'll
hype,
see how. I think they should play it again, see how it hits, because it's going to be a night. It's going to be nighttime by the LSU game.
Yeah.
I think that's.
Yeah,
I like it.
You're never seeing the hype. Like, look at this 4th quarter, and it's the bright as heck in the middle of the day. It's always at night with the lights and all that and the fireworks.
Right.
Yeah. Don't know if you saw, but we flipped a running back. Yes,
stadium.
I was about to bring that up. The whole side of the stadium.
I just think it is. Sorry.
Yes, I was about to bring this up, Kane. Thank you for the reminder. Oklahoma, well, maybe they can't turn up the sound. I don't know, but it's.
Someone did say it is terrible, but I mean, I feel like it's definitely been louder. I don't know. Fix that. Instead of the 7,000 seats, put in. Figure it out.
Oklahoma today had a massive recruiting win. Real quick, they had a flip of a reflip. A reflip, yeah, of 4-star Texas running back Jonathan Hatton Jr., a 6'1", 215-pound running back, switched from Oklahoma to Texas A&M back in March, and today he just flipped back. It is weird that maybe I think winning helps you in recruiting.
The irony is Texas A&M is actually winning too.
They are, but did you see the decommit from the Arkansas linebacker?
Also, do you see who we're beating as opposed to who they're beating?
Yes, but did you? Interesting. Did you see what this guy said? So Ja'Cory Smith, my bad, decommitted from Oklahoma today. The linebacker from Bryan, Arkansas. He had been committed to the Sooners since May. He said basically, and I have to go find that comment. They cut his NIL. They lowered it because I think they're going to have to pay Hatton more to come here, and also
the retention.
They're going to
probably coming back.
Yep, and they're going to have to pay more to retain. And I think that's where a lot of this recruiting stuff is going to have to be framed well, because we have what's funny is we have a relatively young roster this year. We're going to have a lot of guys returning.
Or
so when you look, So when you look at the number of recruits or like how highly rated or this, that, and the other, and it's wondering what's going on, is a lot of that money is going to be spent keeping a Kip Lewis, keeping a Taylor Wine, keeping McKenzie, and then your offensive line. You got to keep all those guys that you can. Bowen brothers, all of them are going to want to get paid. and they're playing well enough that they can deserve it. At least the increase that they demanded last year at least is looking like
good
it was
news is with
there.
Ollie, even that's AH50 get freed up.
Yeah.
But last year it ran into the same problem. We talked about this in the offseason, was people are like, why are we missing out on all these transfer portal guys? Well, because almost all those defensive players came in asking for a lot more than their annual 2% raise.
Yep. Yeah, a whole lot more.
For all of us plebs out there, you know what that 2% raise means.
Yeah.
Like, they're asking for a whole lot more than that, sometimes double what they were getting. And again, it's kind of like rightfully so, but also like, come on now.
Did we mention Taylor Wine got MVP?
Did not.
SEC Defensive Player of the Week.
SEC Player of the Week, Defensive Player, Taylor Wine. Co-Defensive Line Player of the Week, Grayson Halton.
Boom.
I said death taxes and OU players stacking up SEC Defensive Players of the Week. Seems like every week you're seeing an OU
every
guy
single
there.
week. Yep.
Love that.
Yep. All right. We need to get.
We really got to get to LSU.
He did. Yeah.
Hey, Steve. We got our member Steve. Put his comment up.
Boom.
Members get priority here. Running late again. Watching the drop. Boomer. Time to take down Tiger number 2. Tiger number 3.
Auburn Tigers, Missouri Tigers, and then LSU. It'll be great. Hopefully we can do it. All right. Speaking of LSU, T, do you have some stats for us?
Sure.
Some things to go through a little bit. Yeah.
As
go
I
ahead.
mentioned, I only rewatched 2 games because it's all I could take. But anyways, and I also
That's
just
funny.
like in general looked up some of their stats. So their quarterback now is Van Buren. As Nussmeier was injured, he's not playing, so Van Buren's expected to start. He's 64% completion rate. He has 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. He's averaging 6.5 yards per attempt, and he is a very capable runner.
Yeah,
but he's okay. You played Arkansas and you played Western Kentucky. I don't know who else he's played, but those are the 2 that I watched. And okay, moving on. I think we can. He's no Ty Simpson. He's no Joey Aguilar. He's no Trinidad Chambliss. He's no. I hate even saying it. Archie Manning.
Arch is balling right now. I mean, you got to give him credit for it.
I just said I hate to say it because he's part of the dark side.
Yeah.
Anyways,
dark side.
There's names that should sound familiar to Oklahoma people. Number 29, running back Caden Durham.
Oh, Oklahoma City guy. That's
Caden
frustrating
Durham,
to this day.
Averaging 4.6 yards per carry. He has 3 touchdowns with a long of 51 yards.
Yeah.
He's a good runner. However, they also have very fast. They have like dual threat running backs.
Some would say faster than I am.
Oh my gosh.
I would be one of them.
Anyways, so it's not only Caden Durham. Durham or Durham?
Durham.
Okay, I was like,
Durham.
do they pronounce the H? Because I don't.
No.
They had number 22 running back Harlan Berry, who's actually maybe even slightly a little bit better, but pretty comparable. He's 4.9 yards per carry, 2 touchdowns, and a long of 43 yards. However, he did fumble, which gave a scoop and score to West Kentucky University to make the score 13-10. 13-10, Western Kentucky University. What?
It is. I mean, it's one of those, like, it's such an anomaly. You hate to even read into it.
Right.
Because it's like, there's no way you're really that bad.
And it's possible, too. They completely were just overlooking them. They're preparing for Oklahoma. That happens. I get it. But holy cow.
But it's Western Kentucky.
But also Western Kentucky,
Bless
too.
the people of Western Kentucky.
Well, they're 8-3 now. But they're 8-2. I mean, heck, they're having a good season.
They're having a great season,
LSU should not beat a Western Kentucky 13-10.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Anyways, number 0, wide receiver, Xavion Thomas, which my dad likes to joke that since we have a Zeno, we need to name our son Xavion.
I got you,
Keep
Chuck.
the Z's going. He has 12 yards per reception. He's 5'10". His long is 62. He is the punt returner, and he is quick.
Yeah, he's not slow.
He's not slow.
They also got Barry Brown. Is he on there?
Yes, number 6, wide receiver, Barry Brown. He has 1 touchdown, 9.9 per catch, 41 is long. He's 5'11".
That dude can burn. He came from, I think, Kentucky last year, transfer. He's the one, I don't remember because when he did the portal, before we got Satania, he was one I was like, dude, this dude, he's a specialist, and he was there.
We got one more 5'11" guy that really like those guys under 6 foot. Couldn't be me. Anyways, we got number 12, our receiver, Kyle Parker. He has 3 touchdowns, 11.2 per catch, and his longest 43. Now we're going to get into some height. Taller than you.
Okay.
Number 14, great number, by the way. Tight end, Tradez Green. He has 5 touchdowns, 11.5 per catch. His long is 28, and he's 6'7".
It's baseball. That's basketball height. That'd be 6'7" basketball.
Yeah.
No,
what?
I'm kidding.
What?
I'm kidding.
No.
I said that's like when they list
I thought you meant
basketball
like
heights
a
in high school.
basketball player. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good height for like a 2.
Yeah. That's
3.
That's big dude.
But
wish we had 6'7" guy.
I thought
Well,
you meant you. No,
unless we had a healthy
it's still
Dane Helms too.
still a little bit taller than you. But also,
Mhm.
like to me, that's where I feel like the mismatch is going to be for us. We're going to really need to lock
Yeah.
down on that
Yeah.
because that's a tall dude. And then you're going to get onto. So this is one thing that stood out to me is a lot of their leading tacklers are on the second level.
Yeah.
So what does it tell you?
People getting past the defensive line.
People are getting past that line. So the leading tacklers are safety AJ Halsey has 46 solo, 2 interceptions, and 1 forced fumble. Linebacker West Weeks, isn't that Kiffin's girlfriend?
Who?
Kiffin's daughter's
Yeah,
boyfriend.
yeah,
West Weeks, he's got 30 solo, 2.5 sacks. Their next linebacker, Devon Keys, 25 solo, 0.5 sacks. And then another safety, Tamarcus Cooley, has 33 solo attacks and 2 interceptions. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, I know linebackers can come up, but that's all seems to be on the second level. So hopefully X-Job or somebody that can run it's okay, because hopefully he can get to that second level. And then finally, their kickers, not bad. He's got a season-long 52.
Oh.
He's 22 of 26, and all 4 misses have come from more than like 39 yards.
There you go. That is a great job, by the way, there. I think just the game real quick, then we'll get to Zeno Zone and wrap up here shortly. But I think Oklahoma should win. It is a game I expect them to win. They have answered the call and answered the bell in every single game they played so far. I think that the defense and the identity that they have on that side will not allow them to at least give up a ton on that side of the game of the ball. They have played with a level of just toughness that I think is indicative of how Brent likes to coach and just who he is as a person. And I think it really feeds off a lot of people. Jason Scraper said, I hope I said that correctly. If it hasn't been stated, you all have been doing a great job all season long. The Sooner Smiths are late. Dude, thank you so much. That really does mean a lot.
We know you can do a lot of other things with your Monday. You know, there's Monday Night Football. We know there's a lot of other OU shows you could be watching, so we really appreciate you guys tuning in with us.
But you said stop, Chad. What did I do? I don't.
We don't even have to know. Yes, stop, Chad.
Think we can expect a jet sweep from Sharp and at least one fumble this game.
I forgot to mention Bauer Sharp.
Bauer Sharp, yeah. Hopefully, Mr. Dilligaff. Hopefully, a couple of them. It is or a pick. Yeah, no joke.
Also, for people saying, somebody said, I can't wait to see Nick Anderson come back. I'm pretty sure he's hurt.
Yeah, he is. And listen, injuries aren't joking matters. But
no, I'm not joking.
No, not you. I was saying like some people were joking.
I don't like that.
Yeah.
I just said I don't think you're going to be seeing him.
No, he hurt his knee a couple games ago.
Yeah.
Nussmeier isn't expected to play, so Van Buren, their backup, will be the starter. I read that, or at least that's what the stat or the report was earlier by, I think, Matt Zenith on Twitter. So you're going to get Van Buren. He is more of a dual threat guy, so that is somewhat of a worry a little bit.
I will say, from the mouths of LSU fans, he's cheeks.
Okay.
Anyways.
I remember Gavin saying that about their secondary, Arkansas. That's funny. All right, so Oklahoma, I think, wins again. I think they beat LSU. I think they beat them 24 to. I'm gonna go 6 again.
Are we going 3 touchdowns?
I'm gonna go 6. Yeah, I'm gonna give us 3 tuds. Lead a little momentum into the offseason. Or my bad, postseason.
Yeah, fix that.
Yeah.
What did you say?
24-3 or 6. 24-6. 5-4.
No,
3,
don't do this to me.
2.
I hate making predictions. Although I was pretty close on the last one.
All right. While you're thinking, I will just tell everybody this is called a callback in the business. Shareophobia. It is pronounced share like shea butter. Shareophobia. My bad. Is the fear of happiness when you are so afraid of joy because you think something bad will happen or that you think joy causes bad things. Sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy, because if you're joyful, the only thing that's going to take you out of joy is something not joyful, which is bad. That is interesting.
Stacey,
but
I would love nothing more than your score.
35-0, Stacey. I may storm the field alone after a win, and which I'll have need bell money. So
what did
please,
you say? 24-6?
Yeah.
Okay, dang it.
It's a good score. It's a good score by me.
I'm sorry, I don't see us scoring 3 touchdowns.
All right.
So I'm going to go 23.
Fair.
We'll get 2 touchdowns and our 9 field goals.
Yeah.
9 field goals, 9 points in field goals.
You're doing the old Price is Right thing.
I know. I don't want to say 6 and copy you. So let's go 3.
23-3 from T. That's awesome. They could. They
scored 13 on Western Kentucky.
Yeah. Again, it's one of those like, man, there's just no way that can be like that real. But they did it.
But here's my thing too. Yep. I was watching that game and I'm like, man, Western Kentucky is giving them everything that they want. Like,
yeah.
And it was it a night game? It was a night game. Also a joke that was a night game. Western Kentucky and LSU.
Dude, no joke. What? Yeah.
31-3. Correction. If we score 31 points, 77-0, we owe them. Okay, well, let's
We haven't
look.
scored 77 points all year. No, I'm just kidding. I mean, we technically have. Not, but that'd be sick.
Oh, man.
I thought the
Mr.
Jonathan.
Gilligan says 27-3. That's not bad.
That's good. I like that score too. Yeah.
I just don't see us scoring. I think we've scored 30 once this year, and that's because we had 2 defensive scores. No, 1 defensive score.
Ole Miss, we scored 30, right?
Tennessee, we scored 30.
Tennessee, we scored
30.
30. Or it was 33-28, maybe. We got close.
Well, close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
You're right. Jonathan 214 said, "Do we keep home field advantage, or does Notre Dame, Alabama end up jumping us?" I don't see Alabama jumping us. The committee has done well in rewarding head-to-head matchups, which I think is fair and the right thing to do. Notre Dame scares me only because they did win 70-0 against a team that
is trash.
Is horrible. Yeah, and if you don't listen to the post game that Eddie and George Story and them do, Eddie made a point that I think most people would agree with that I will never say on my show, but
we don't disagree.
We don't disagree with it.
Stronger language.
It is I worry the committee does just look at the box score sometimes. They just need to hire people that are professionals in that area, get people that have either played the sport or coached it, that understand it and want to actually invest in watching the games. And I can't even blame some of the committee members. They're athletic directors. They're very busy people. Your athletic directors aren't just hanging out.
Ton of games.
Yeah, and what do you see ADs doing like Castiglione? They're networking. They're networking. Yeah, they're talking to people that are either donating to the school. They're talking to recruits. They're busy, and so the idea they're going to sit there and break down who the best teams are. Now, I think in general they get it fairly correct, but they shouldn't jump us. I thought it was encouraging in the AP poll that Notre Dame didn't jump us, so I don't think they will in the CFP poll either. But regardless, you went out.
Sorry.
You're in this college. What?
I just had a dad joke appear.
Oh, all right. But whether or not they do, you're in the playoff. That's the most encouraging thing. I think any OU fan, if you said you're going to go into the last game of the year with a win in your end type of situation, we would have taken it no matter what seed we would have been.
I think I even mentioned it in the preseason. Everybody's like, we have to beat Texas. We have to beat Texas. We have to beat Texas this year. And I said, okay. I mean, yeah, we want to beat Texas. That's great. I go, but what if you lose to Texas, but you make the playoff and they don't?
There were some.
We're there. Like, I mean, let's be honest. Also, Jason, it was in regards to you, Jason Scraper. Do you have a daughter, and did you name her Sky?
That's pretty good.
I couldn't resist.
Is that your dad joke you thought of?
That was my dad joke.
That's pretty good.
I was just reading the comments, and I said Jason Scraper, Skyscraper.
Pretty good. You know what else is pretty good? Zeno picking games.
Zeno
44-23.
44-23. He went 3-2 last weekend. Louisville and someone else let him down. Who let him down? He probably also let me down, if I'm being totally honest.
Jonathan, to be fair, that is a good point. If they do win the SEC championship game, they could jump us.
Georgia Tech. Yeah.
Georgia Tech let us down, sadly.
I don't know, though, because, I guess I see if they win the SEC. But also, those games don't hurt you. But if they win lose, so they shouldn't really help you. I don't really.
They'll jump us though, because you get the bye week, wouldn't you?
Oh right, yeah, because you're an automatic bid.
I think they get. Well, I don't know if it's Yeah,
because you get
automatic bid,
which should not be a thing either. We need to get rid of that.
Yeah, you get so they would have to jump. Yeah, okay. So yeah, they would. You're right. All right. Well, Zeno Zone, right? Is that where we're at now, or would you have any other
star of the show?
Mr. The guy, if we got Notre Dame jumps us, they would be. If Notre Dame jumps us, says Caden Nodelman, it would be a joke of a decision. Who have they played all of their important games? They have lost. The only good win they have is against USC. That's all you could say is a solid win.
USC? Was it at Notre Dame?
I honestly am not sure. I think it was at USC, if I'm being honest. I honestly don't know. But because I was looking at it last night trying to think about what bothers me is when you reward teams for losing. Yeah, they played A&M close, and they played.
No, it was at home.
At home.
So
who was it? They lost to. So they lost to.
They beat Pitt, who was ranked, quote unquote.
That's annoying.
But
so who did they lose to begin with? Begin the year with
Miami and Texas A&M.
You lose to Miami. You lose to A&M, and they have 4 of their wins this year have come against teams with a combined record of 4-26. So they don't play anybody. And what again, it's just another one of those things where I got to give Blaine Crane credit. When they were 0-2 or whatever they were, Blaine goes, they're making the playoff. They don't play another good team all year. And everyone was like on this show, Jake and Cone were like, there's just no way they're going to do it again. He goes, all right, I'll say whatever you want. I'm just telling you, they're going to be in the playoff. And on the show recently, he just played that clip of him and just kind of like smirked at the camera.
Yeah, I don't think Stanford has a chance.
Yeah, it's which is why like my dream scenario would be like you play you play. Well, I shouldn't say dream. I guess dream is like you get Tulane and then you get whoever else is on that side of the bracket. But if you can get a Notre
Yeah,
Dame
the
who would
NFC
just
side.
kind of is one-dimensional. No, I shouldn't say they are, but you would make them one-dimensional. That really leans on a running game. I will take any game
Who have great
matchup.
running backs. It's
Yeah,
not, that's
Jeremiah
not
Love's
like
cold.
that.
He's really
they're
good.
very good.
And then you would get maybe like a Texas Tech or something if you could get one of them. But who knows? We do know that.
He said he seriously thought about naming his daughter Sky. I seriously consider naming our son Arrow.
Oh, okay. It's just 1-4 buys us. You're not necessarily conference champion.
I hope
Okay, I think
somebody
that was
will
a change that
get
they
the
made.
joke.
Yeah,
He wants
What'd
to
you
name his
say?
daughter Skyscraper. I said I want to name our son Arrow.
Aerosmith. Yeah, he's got it.
Anyways,
All right, Zeno Zone.
let us know if you can hear it.
It should be
Also,
on
I should say if you want to do the picks along with him, oopsies.
there. You good? I don't know.
Obviously, OU LSU is a pick. Alabama Auburn, the Iron Bowl. Georgia Tech. Tennessee Vandy. Ohio State Michigan.
Did you do the Egg Bowl?
No, I didn't. I only did 6. He did 6 games, so he normally does 5. So I did give him a 6th game. Honestly, I could have gone through every single in-state matchup, essentially it is, or matchup, but I just he gets tired after a while. Okay,
Yeah.
He'll stop digging treats. So.
All right, here we go. Boom. Hold on, everybody. I think I played the wrong one. One sec. Was that last week?
Yeah.
We're back. All right, well, hold on. Wonder why I downloaded the wrong one.
I very well could have sent the wrong video.
Well, I'll try to download
I
again.
thought it said yesterday.
Yeah, it might just. It may have just been different order on my downloads folder. Here we go. Download again. I bet people were like, those teams aren't playing again this week, are they? Download to your device. And once this downloads, I will open it.
Yes, about to say that was last week. Ruh-roh.
God, that's the brightest gates
Let's
of
see,
Peter.
hold on.
All right. No, this is right.
Skip ahead to see.
That's right. That's what you sent me. Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I was like, I could have sent last week's. That's fair.
All right, let me go to share screen again. Entire screen. Share sound. Boom. Share.
You don't want to let us down like this.
I like that I didn't even bring it.
Which is why it's human error, not dog error.
Do you know what? Do you know what let us down like this? That's funny. All right, this is it. Was this week 13 total? 14.
14.
All right, doesn't matter. All right, here we go.
I'm confused.
Fairly confident on the Oklahoma pick.
Good Zeno, no burnt orange.
called the Michigan game last year technically,
He
and
did.
we messed up his recording.
I did mess up the recording. That was on me, and I remitted it. We were in New York. No, we weren't. Are we in New York?
Yeah, we would have been.
We would have been in New York, yeah. And I remember telling Chad after the Michigan won, I was like, Zeno picked that game to start, but I messed up the recording. I don't remember if I didn't press the record or if I because I tried to quickly stop the recording, or if I don't know if I stopped it too soon, so then he didn't pick it, so then I had to make him repick it. But he's like, you know what? I'm doing it again. Also, I'm just saying.
Shout out Sammy, Sooner fan 13 in the chat. Sorry. Hard to kill.
Also,
thank you, brother.
The same way Alabama has an Oklahoma problem, Texas has a Georgia problem, Ohio State has a Michigan problem. So I'm not mad at this pick.
That'd be awesome.
Ohio State's
awesome
good, but I mean they can't beat Michigan, and it's at the Big House this year. They lost to them last year with a worse team. Michigan was 5-5, weren't they?
Makes sense. Yep.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, hey. Also, our good buddy TJ is also a part of the channel. Shout out TJ, big Michigan guy. So
I would like to see Michigan win.
Zeno seemed to think that Texas and Texas A&M might be closer. It is in Austin. So, Yep.
And it depends on how many people Texas gets to block in the back on punts. Because if they're pretty good whenever they get to do that, it's hard to stop them. All right. You guys rock. Hope you all have a blessed Thanksgiving week. Get to be with family. It's always a fantastic time and something that we all value. So with that being said, hopefully we have a good post-game reaction. One that's happy, talking about the playoff.
We were not happy last year.
Where we think that, we were not happy. It was not fun. But we got a lot got a good football coming up. The Dallas Cowboys, I don't want to overreact, but might win the Super Bowl. They might be the best team in the NFL now after they really figured it out the second half, which is awesome for me to see. Just really exciting. So
also, we did see a question that we wanted to put in the comments. Do you call it dressing?
Oh, yeah.
Or do you call it stuffing?
Yeah. What was it? Well, I'll let people decide.
My technicalities is if you're putting it into the turkey, it's stuffing. If it's a side, it's dressing.
Fair. Yeah, I think that's right.
Anyways, but for the 360 eyes, no, that would technically be like 720 eyes. Mm-hmm. But, for the 360 pairs of eyes that are watching this, just want to say we really appreciate your time. We know that you could have done a lot of other things with your Monday, so we appreciate you spending it with us. If you're watching anywhere other than YouTube, please just jump over to YouTube really quick and like the video. It goes a long way with us. And then when we get off the live, you can leave a comment. Stacy and Steve are about our only two consistent commenters.
Yeah.
So if you guys got to bump that comment game up, it would really, really help us. Subscribe to our channel and become a member. Check out the merch shop. If you're not stuffing, it's not stuffing. I know, but some people will still call it stuffing when it's a side.
That's just funny. I said stuffing is not stuffing. To be fair, I've heard it called stuffing. I don't know if it's correct or not, but yeah.
See, Jonathan says stuffing.
Yeah. Whoa.
I say dressing because it's never been stuffed in the turkey, whatever. Anyways, I don't really care for Thanksgiving food in general.
Whoa.
I don't.
That's
desserts,
controversial.
Sure, great, but like the actual food, it's apparently not that good because you only eat it once a year, maybe twice if you do it on Christmas. If it was that good, you'd eat it more.
Well, it's not true.
Mexican food's that good, and we eat it more than once a year.
Well,
so period. Anyways, go ahead and hit that like. Dressing or stuffing. What's your favorite food for Thanksgiving?
Yep.
Or dessert, I suppose, if you're like me and you like the desserts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We hope to see you guys Saturday after the game, and we hope that we are we hope we are very, very happy.
Much happier than the LSU game last year, hopefully.
Much happier than the LSU game last year. That's right.
All right. You guys rock. We'll see y'all Saturday. Boomer.